I'm standing here at 575 Morgantown Street in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, where on April 22nd, 1967, the very first Big Mac was served. Despite its historical significance, the only thing commemorating this momentous achievement for Uniontown is the plaque to the left of me here. Now, the building behind me wasn't the original spot where the Big Mac was served. That was across the street at a place called Lizzie's. But the historical significance of the very first McDonald's to serve the Big Mac still stands in Uniontown today.
The Big Mac was invented by local franchise owner Jim Delligatti, who also spearheaded McDonald's expansion into the Pittsburgh region. Delligatti originally cooked up the idea for the burger as a way to compete with the larger burgers served at restaurants like Big Boy and Eaton Park. Apparently the Big Mac is a lot better than their burgers because there hasn't been a Big Boy in Uniontown for over 35 years. The Big Mac was a massive hit in Uniontown, primarily among the coal miners that lived in the area. I'm assuming because the last thing you want after a 12-hour shift in the mine is a hamburger that's 2 inches thin. Now, I mentioned earlier about the original Big Mac being served at a place called Lizzie's. That was a lie. Believe it or not, the original Big Mac was actually served at a McDonald's. What I meant to say was they actually tore down the original McDonald's that the Big Mac was served at and moved it across the street. Originally, when Delligatti debuted his Big Mac, the McDonald's Corporation didn't like it, as they ran a tight ship when it came to adding new things to the menu. However, after warming up to the idea, they fully added it to the menu by 1968. And the rest is history. The Big Mac would go on to be the best-selling sandwich in history, netting Jim Delligatti a statue in the Big Mac Museum near North Huntington, Pennsylvania, which is 86.9 miles from Uniontown. You would think they'd want to put the Big Mac Museum somewhere near where the first Big Mac was served, but no, that would make too much sense. Thank you, McDonald's, from everyone in Uniontown.
No, I've never had a Big Mac before, and I figured now would be a good time to try one since this was the first place to serve it. Now, originally, people weren't ordering like this, but I don't have a choice. Here we go. That's pretty good.
While the McDonald's that's there today is nothing special, being almost identical to every other McDonald's around the country, the site across the road that used to be home to the original McDonald's that served the Big Mac has a very similar history to that of many businesses in Uniontown. Today, it's the craft store Lizzie's that replaced the Family Video that occupied the same building during the coronavirus pandemic. Before that, until 1997, though, the site was home to the original McDonald's building that served the Big Mac. Whether the building that's there now served the Big Mac originally in 1967 or not, the historic value is still there, and it brings just a little bit more charm to Uniontown.